This is Radio Entrepreneurs. My name is Jeffrey Davis. I'm the host of the show and enjoying myself this week talking to all these different entrepreneurs. And my co-host today, again, proud to say, is my friend and reporter, Mark Z from Mark Z Legal Staffing, Longfellow Staffing. Welcome back.
Thanks, Jeff. Great to be with you.
Thank you. And next topic, a topic dear to my heart in many ways, the seafood industry, but also I think something interesting, seafood banking. And we're going to be speaking with, if we're talking seafood banking, for those who don't know, we're probably talking to Michael Richard of Santander Bank.
Pleasure.
Welcome.
Yeah, good morning.
Good,
Nice
Michael.
to have you here. Why don't you talk to us a little bit about the fact that, well, Santander, you specialize in seafood banking. Why seafood banking?
It's been a legacy business for the bank for quite some time, almost 30 years. Started on the docks in New Bedford, and it expanded to a portfolio now of about 15 or 20 companies that range in size from small boat owners to value-added processors, importers, distributors, primarily in the Northeast. But as we grow, we're looking at going south and going west. So it's been one of those businesses that has sort of come along with the acquisitions and the mergers of the various banks over the past number of years.
Interesting.
Do you find the business unique?
It is clearly unique. The business itself is very complex. It's a very global business. I think the latest statistics show that somewhere close to 92% of all the seafood that we eat comes from somewhere other than here. So that presents a series of complexities and challenges and uniqueness. So you're bringing product in from Vietnam and Brazil and Chile and Canada and Europe, and so the complexity of the business makes it presents itself with some unique characteristics that require a specific set of knowledge that not every lender has.
No, the whole seafood industry, you mentioned companies that I know of, and it's funny, someone was talking to me about one of the companies you were talking about just this morning at 6 a.m. The industry took a hit this winter, didn't it?
Yeah, it sure did. Yeah, the demand in the Northeast took a major hit because of the weather. People just decided to stay home and hunker down. So Valentine's Day, which is a very large holiday, and a lot of lobster tails and a lot of salmon, it just didn't happen this year. So it was a very depressed season for most of New England seafood.
Do you find that the seafood industry is having trouble adapting to the new economy?
It is an old industry with a lot of legacy issues, but there are pockets of creativity and entrepreneurship. You start to see some companies reach out to Amazon as a new way to sell product to get to market. There are companies who are thankfully starting to understand that you need something more than just to put a piece of fish in a display case and hope that it'll sell. So you see companies putting their brand and associating their product with a story, because there's a wonderful
you see that
story.
with legal.
Right.
That's
too.
right.
Legal is probably maybe not the biggest, but the most obvious.
That's right. Yeah, with every species there is a very unique story behind where that product came from and how it got to your table. And I think that we're just now starting to see the beginnings of people truly market seafood instead of just offer it up as a commodity. So that's encouraging.
Now, are you also finding that the new governor is being helpful to this industry? For example, I was reading about how he's getting together with the environmentalists and the fishermen to try to balance in terms of the type of catch. In the past, from what I've read all over New England, all of a sudden there's some unilateral decisions, and the unilateral decisions say to the fishermen and the lobster men or women, I'm sorry, this is the way it is, and you've got to sort of readjust. It sounds like this governor is sort of balancing the needs, so to speak.
Anytime you can find compromise in an industry filled with emotion, that's a good thing. There are good reasons on both sides. I tend to think that sound science hopefully will drive a lot of those decisions that happen, but you can't ignore the fact that there are people who rely on that daily catch for their livelihoods. And so anytime you can see compromise, we can get both sides together to talk about the issues, I think that's a positive thing for the industry.
Michael, if someone wants to find you at Santander and understand more about how to use banking to build the seafood industry, how would they find you?
email michael.richard@santander.us or phone 617-757-5899.